Do you really need a sponsor letter for a U.S. tourist visa? You might be surprised by the answer. Hey everyone! Welcome back. Today, we're tackling one of the most common questions for anyone thinking about visiting the United States. Is a sponsor letter required when applying for a U.S. tourist visa? This question causes a lot of confusion for travelers, so let's break it down simply and honestly. Let's start with the most important thing you need to know. A sponsor letter is not a mandatory requirement for a U.S. tourist visa. That's right. Most applicants are never explicitly asked for one, and it's absolutely possible, and even common, to get approved for a visa without ever submitting a sponsor letter. But then, why does this myth persist? And in what cases could a sponsor letter actually help your application? A sponsor letter can be useful in specific situations. First, if you're planning to stay in the United States with a family member or a friend, a sponsor letter can explain your arrangements and provide a level of assurance to the visa officer. They'll know exactly where you'll be staying, with whom, and why. Second, maybe your sponsor is covering some or all of your expenses. If you're a student, currently unemployed, or if you have limited financial resources, a sponsor letter from a trusted U.S. resident, ideally a citizen or green card holder, can give the officer more confidence in your ability to pay for your stay and return home afterward. So, if a sponsor letter applies to your situation, what should it include to be effective? Here are the key elements: the full name, address, and contact details of your sponsor, their current immigration status, confirming they are either a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident, a clear statement of support, outlining the specific ways your sponsor is helping you, such as providing accommodation or covering travel expenses, the nature of your relationship, and the purpose of your visit. And finally, it's a good idea for your sponsor to add a copy of their ID or their status document. This extra documentation can add credibility and context to the letter. Now, let's talk about when you do not need a sponsor letter, because in many cases, it's simply unnecessary. If you are paying for your entire trip independently, have a stable job, own property, or have strong family and financial ties in your home country, your application already demonstrates strong reasons for you to return. In these situations, adding a sponsor letter is optional and typically won't make or break your application. The same goes if you're staying at hotels, traveling with a tour group, or have every aspect of your trip already planned and paid for. It's also important to remember that no letter, invitation, or sponsorship can guarantee approval. U.S. visa officers are trained to consider your unique situation, your travel history, financial stability, ties to home, and your reasons for visiting, far more than any document someone else provides. Ultimately, they want confidence that you'll return after your trip. So, what's the bottom line? A sponsor letter can be helpful, especially in cases where you lack strong financial proof or are relying on someone in the U.S. for support. But it is not a golden ticket, and it's rarely the deciding factor in visa approval. Focus on building a strong overall application, backed by your own documents and ties. I hope this clears up the common myths and confusion around sponsor letters. If this has helped you, don't forget to click like and subscribe for more visa tips and travel advice every week. Safe travels, and good luck on your visa journey.